Did you know the majority of assassination targets in the Assassin's Creed series are based on real people and are killed at roughly the same time and place they died in real life? Assassin's Creed 3's creative director Alex Hutchinson told PennyArcade.com, "We have a rule. Everyone dies in the right year, and they die in the right place at the right time." However, the series has taken liberties with this self-imposed rule. One example is that Robert de Saab died 2 years earlier in the original Assassin's Creed than he did in real life. Another example is General Charles Lee being killed in Monmouth, New Jersey in Assassin's Creed 3. Lee actually died in Philadelphia in the real world. Following these rules put Ubisoft in a difficult situation while creating Assassin's Creed 3's 18th century American setting. Hutchinson elaborated, saying, "It's super difficult this period because no one famous dies. None of the founding fathers die. All the generals of the British Army pretty much die of old age back in England. Only poor people died." The developers found there was actually a great deal of crime surrounding the American Revolution. Their research showed many people of the era died engaging in shady activities, and they used this to fill the game world with accurate assassination targets. The series is known for its portrayal of the past, but the series itself has an interesting history. Assassin's Creed in fact started as a Prince of Persia spin-off titled Prince of Persia: Assassin. Development of the game began shortly after Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time was completed, and the Sands of Time's director, Patrice Desilets, was put in charge of the project. Desilets wanted to go in a new direction with the series, telling Edge magazine, "The problem is that a prince isn't an action figure. A prince is someone who's waiting to become king." Desilets wanted to make a more realistic scenario. He became fascinated with a Muslim missionary called Hassan ibn Sabah, who founded an order called the Assassins, later known as the Assassins. This led to the idea of playing as the prince's bodyguard rather than the prince himself. The game would showcase a young AI-controlled prince who the player would have to rescue and escort to safety. Management at Ubisoft weren't fond of promoting the game as a Prince of Persia title, as you never actually play as the prince. The prince was removed and the game gradually transformed into its own property. That said, some desires from developing Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time made their way into the game. One example is that Desilets wanted the palace in the Sands of Time to be crowded with people, but they couldn't render more than about 8 characters at a time due to limited RAM. The Xbox 360 and PS3 had abundant RAM compared to the previous console generation, making it possible to have entire crowds on screen. During the game's opening cinematic, Altair shoots at multiple enemies using a crossbow. However, crossbows were never usable in the game. The crossbow was apparently available in the game's beta, but was removed due to historical inaccuracies. Assassin's Creed 3 also has unused weapons. According to an interview with Xbox Game Zone, Connor was originally going to have a chain blade, which would have acted as a long-range hidden weapon. The blade wasn't used as the team felt it to be heading down too much of a fantasy route. The chain blade was instead replaced with a real-life rope dart. Connor was originally going to be able to scalp his opponents. The idea was tossed aside when the team found out that the Mohawks rarely ever did this to their enemies. The developers also thought the mechanic didn't sit well with Connor's character, as it was quite brutal. Another unused idea comes from the Tyranny of King Washington DLC. Connor was planned to get a love interest in the form of Evelyn de Grand Prix from Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. This idea was scrapped as the characters developed, as the team realized their personalities and interests were too different from one another. Adding new game-changing mechanics is a trademark of subsequent Assassin's Creed games. In Assassin's Creed 2, the developers made it possible to swim in water. According to the game's manual, not having the ability to swim in Assassin's Creed 1 was a bug in the Animus, preventing people from doing so, meaning Altair could probably swim just fine. The franchise is also home to some incredible feats. It took more than 2 years for Assassin's Creed Unity's senior-level artist, Caroline Muse, to create the in-game Notre Dame Cathedral. She worked with an historian to make sure it stayed as true to life as possible on a 1-to-1 scale. Unfortunately, much of the art inside the cathedral had to be changed, as it was protected under copyright law. Assassin's Creed Unity has another incredible statistic. The game's crouch mechanic took 6 million lines of reworked code to function. Unity's creative director, Alex Amancio, told Joystick.com, "The engine was, we rewrote like 6 million lines of code for this. It's not a joke." The series is also known for having some fairly unique secrets and Easter eggs. In Assassin's Creed 2, there's a mansion where you deliver a letter to a farmer. Upon reading the letter, you learn that the farmer is charged with attacking neighbors with swords. Additionally, it states that the farmer has committed crimes against God and nature, and says if you are not aware of the charges against you, read Leviticus 18:23. Leviticus 18:23 is a verse of the Bible about the wrongs of sexual intercourse with animals. Again, in Assassin's Creed 2, a giant squid can be found with an assassin tomb beneath the church. If Ezio pulls a lever then looks down into the water for a minute, a cutscene will play showing a large squid swimming by. If the lever is pulled a second time and Ezio looks into the water, a cutscene will play where Ezio narrowly dodges one of the squid's tentacles in an attack. In Assassin's Creed 3, if you go to your homestead and whistle while leaning on an outer wall, a turkey will appear behind you. If you input the famous Konami code, the turkey will equip an assassin costume and follow you around wherever you go. That's all for today, but don't forget to subscribe to Did You Know Gaming. And follow Did You Know Gaming on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you also check out DidYouKnowGaming.com, and if you like this video, check out some more videos. This episode's voice is provided by myself, Jake from Vsauce3. If you ever want to find out the science behind fictional worlds, come on over to Vsauce3 and explore with me. And as always, thanks for watching.